The fact that you're watching this tells me that you have some general interest in coaching. And maybe you're a little confused by coaching, or maybe even skeptical. Coaching can mean a lot of different things. And if you do a web search today, there's coaches for everything. Well, my hope here is to clarify for you what a coaching engagement would look like with me. See, I've been a professional storyteller my entire life, but I've also been blessed with tremendous mentors and coaches throughout my life. One of them changed my life forever about 15 years ago. See, about 15 years ago, I was in a really bad place. Super depressed, broke. Things just weren't going my way. And it wasn't for lack of effort. I was working my tail off. But nothing would come together. I couldn't piece the pieces together in a way that made the puzzle look right. I was missing that one corner piece, you know? That corner piece ended up being a guy named Chris. I enrolled in a coaching program, and Chris, who was assigned to me, came from a life in the Air Force. He's a very detail-oriented person, very committed and disciplined. And that was really helpful for me at the time. He showed up for me and he challenged me. He cared about the outcomes that I was gaining from this experience. He started the entire coaching experience by inviting me to imagine myself in the cockpit of a fighter plane, sitting on an aircraft carrier. It's hard to imagine, but I've seen enough movies to get that this is a big machine and there's a lot of pressure in being a fighter pilot. What he would proceed to walk me through was this idea that from the time you get the clearance to take off and you hit the go button, you have less than 2 seconds before that billion-dollar machine is over the ocean. So if a warning light comes on or you start hearing some warning sounds, if something goes bad, you don't have time to Google it. You don't have time to call a friend. You can't ask a mentor. You need to know what to do. And not just here, but you physically have to be ready to act. That means you didn't just study it and you didn't just practice it. You made it a normal practice in your life to be prepared for that moment. So these fighter pilots go through hundreds and hundreds of hours of training and preparation before they ever get to fly the skies. Well, how much more valuable is your life than one of these planes? Priceless. Chris did for me what I'm hoping to do for you. He showed up, he challenged me, he celebrated with me. He gave me analogies, he provided me tools and resources, and he created accountability for me to show up for myself. And that's the greatest lesson that I gained from Chris. Still to this day, the decision-making filters that I put in place in that moment affect how I make decisions today. Maybe you'll become richer, thinner, prettier, happier, whatever the case is. But maybe that's not even what you're looking for. And I'm going to help you with your story, both accepting and celebrating and being grateful for your past, and being hopeful and optimistic for your future. If any of this connects with you, please sign up. Please reach out. I'd love to hear more about your story and talk through how I might be able to help you through this coaching program.